Grace and peace. Good morning, Social Cam. How's everybody doing, man? This is the Bishop. Listen, for the past couple of days, there has been chatter, talk on Facebook, Twitter, everything. The news about Tyler Perry laying hands on Bishop T.D. Jakes. I have watched that video over and over and over again. All right, here goes. From the beginning of this, whether people believe it was staged or not is not my concern. As a pastor, I've been in services where people have shared things with me, such as we want to sow this into ministry, or we want to do this into ministry, and they do it, or they share a testimony. And as a leader, we do give the microphone, or we do give way for people to share, to encourage the rest of the body to move forward. I really believe that's one of the reasons why Bishop Jakes gave him the microphone, because if you listen to the video, he said, the other day I leaned over to him and says, I feel led to sow $1 million. So when he did that, I believe that Bishop Jakes wanted him to speak so that the people can be encouraged. As Tyler Perry began to talk, I don't know what his relationship with God is, but what I do know is that as he was up there and as he was talking, and as he was exhorting, so to speak, I believe that an experience with God, between him and God, happened. Never heard him speak in tongues before, and no, him speaking in tongues does not say that it was God. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that Tyler Perry felt something, and by feeling that, as he began to continue to talk, and then he was wrapping up, he went to speak a blessing over Bishop Jakes' life. The Bible declares that the power of life and death are in the power of our tongue. So, life and death, lie in the power of our tongue. So, as well as blessings and cursing. So, that's what he was doing. Now, when it comes to the laying on the hands part, what I clearly saw was that Bishop Jakes walked towards him like any preacher would. If you're hearing something from someone who has a microphone that bear witness in your spirit. Now, what I would not have done was lifted up my hands like Bishop Jakes did, because it sort of said it was giving access to whatever happened, right? So Bishop Jakes walked down. Bishop Jakes lifted up his hands, and Tyler Perry was walking towards him and speaking. And the only natural thing that Tyler Perry could do, because of what he saw and what he experienced in his own personal life, was to lay hands. The Bible says, lay hands on no man suddenly. Well, I didn't post this video to speak against or anything like that, but just sort of to give my personal take on it. My whole take on this whole situation was that God will deal with Bishop Jakes, and God will deal with Tyler Perry on this matter, and they're probably going to have to come an explanation from Bishop Jakes on what happened, because you really can't post judgment on a 4-minute YouTube video. But what I am going to say as I'm wrapping up is this. We do have to be careful to what we open ourselves up to, because as a bishop, that spoke volumes to people who don't necessarily see Tyler Perry as having a relationship with God, even though it's none of their business whether he does or does not. If God can use a donkey, okay, well, I'm not calling him one. I'm just saying if God can use one. Check this out. How many times have God used us? And we were in states in our lives that were not so great. So I'm going to end it like this. Today, expect a miracle. It may come from a channel that you never knew that it could come from. Don't judge your channel of blessing, but hear God and move as God has called you to move. And as you do that, you'll see the success that God has created your life to produce. God bless you. Peace. I'm out.